What's up, Boston Bruins fans? I'm going to give you the latest info on your beloved Boston Bruins. I may even sprinkle in some NHL news here and there, but let's get into it. Our first story is the Boston Bruins have hired Jay Leach as their assistant coach. As reported by the Boston Bruins on NHL.com, Boston Bruins general manager Don Sweeney announced today, June 12th, that Jay Leach has been hired and named the assistant coach of the Boston Bruins. In addition, Joe Sacco has been named the associate coach, and John McClain will join the Bruins player development staff as a skating and skills coach. The Boston Bruins are excited to welcome Jay Leach back to the organization, says Bruins general manager Don Sweeney. Jay was very successful coach with the Providence Bruins when he greatly impacted our player development system, and he also brings valuable experience as the assistant coach from the Seattle Kraken. We believe Jay will integrate quickly and complement our current staff as he comes back to the Bruins to work with our defense corps. John is shifting back to a skating and skills development position where he will remain integrated with our current staff as well as broaden his scope to work with our entire player development system, added Sweeney. John was instrumental with working with our medical staff on players returning from injury, and his experience as an assistant coach this season will provide great insights to our young players throughout our organization to understand the individual work that is required to develop as a Bruin. I'm thrilled to have Jay Leach join our coaching staff, says Bruins head coach Jim Montgomery. Jay has been an impressive track record at both the AHL and NHL level, and his experience connecting with players will greatly benefit our team. Joe has been an integral part of this staff due to his experience and passion he brings to our group every day, added Montgomery. I also want to thank John McClain for his work as the assistant coach this past season, and I am grateful for his knowledge of the game and will continue to be a tremendous asset for our players' development group. Leach, who's 44, mostly served as the assistant coach for the Seattle Kraken from 2021 to 2024. Prior to his time in Seattle, he spent 5 seasons with the Providence Bruins, acting as head coach from 2017 to 2021. While at the helm of Providence, Leach compiled an overall record of 136, 77, and 26. Leach was a very successful coach down in Providence, and it was a shame when he left the organization, but I'm glad he's back. Some see this as a possible replacement for Monty in the future, but I don't see it that way. I see him as a great asset for the Bruins that's going to help Monty and the team have some success next year, and hopefully, I can't believe I'm going to say this, make the Bruins even better defensively. Could Leach be the Bruins coach sometime in the future? Only time will tell. If you're new to the channel, please let us know what you think of the content in the comments down below, and if you could leave a like and subscribe, we greatly appreciate it. Our next story, and possibly our biggest, comes from Lyle Richardson at the Bleacher Report. He writes in an article about trades he wants to see happen at the entry draft this year. One of them caught my eye because it involves Linus Ullmark. Richardson suggests, based on information from Ottawa Sun's Bruce Garriock, that Ottawa was very interested last season in acquiring Linus Ullmark, and that a package going back to Boston would involve Jacob Chychrun and maybe the Ottawa Senators' first-round pick, which Ottawa has 2 of them. They have their own, which is the 7th overall, and they have the one that they used to belong to the Boston Bruins, which is the 25th overall. Chychrun is in his final year of his contract with a $4.6 million cap hit, and it has been rumored in the past that the Bruins have tried to acquire him. I would think if Ottawa's throwing in their first rounder, it would be the 25th pick, but at least it would get the Bruins a pick in the first round and put some players back in that cupboard. Boston even interviewed possible players that will go in the first round at the Combine, which doesn't usually happen with teams that don't have a pick in the first round, which only adds fuel to this rumor. This isn't the center everyone wants, but the deal almost sounds too good to be true to me. The cap implications would be pretty much a wash, so you're not getting that relief anywhere. You would be getting a guy that would instantly jump into your top 4D crew, and maybe he would even put him on the top pair alongside Charlie McAvoy. With the emergence of Mason Lowry last year, it brings me pause, but if this rumor deal is true, I don't see how Sweeney can say no. The biggest question mark would be if Linus would be willing to go to Ottawa. Let me know in the comments what you think of this deal. Our next story is Oscar Steen's agent has told, now I'm going to get this totally wrong, Varmelands Folkbald, news outlet from Sweden, that his client Oscar Steen will be leaving the Boston Bruins organization. Steen is a Group 6 UFA, which means player becomes a Group 6 UFA if they are 25, completed 3 or more professional seasons, and has a contract expiring and has played less than 80 NHL games. He is free to sign with any team he chooses. His agent has stated, Boston has given us permission to already start talking to other teams to see what interest is there. Pearson told VF, translated in Google Translate. So those are the conversations we're in the middle of now. And I'm now going over to Vegas for the NHL draft on July 28th, 29th, and we'll continue to have conversations and dialogue there. Steen totaled 116 points, 53 goals, 63 assists, and 221 career games with Providence, including 12 goals and 16 points in 25 games this season. During his NHL career, though, he played only 60 games with 4 goals and 4 assists. A 6th-round pick in 2016, he hasn't been able to find a permanent home on the big club in Boston, but hopefully he finds a team that will sign him for next year. Our next story involves Patrick Laine because he's requested a trade out of Columbus, which has already led to speculation that the Bruins should trade for him. Laine is 26 years old, and this is his second trade request out of Columbus and his third request of his career. He ended the season in the Players Assistant Program. I hope he's doing better since entering the program, but I also don't think the Bruins should even call on him. $8.7 million cap hit, and it seems trouble has plagued him throughout his career. He has elite goal scoring potential, but that is just potential. Huge price tag for a player that has been inconsistent his whole career. Wish him nothing but the best in the future, but I hope that future isn't with the Boston Bruins. If I'm way off here, let me know in the comments. Michael DeRosa from the Hockey News is suggesting that Mario Ferraro could be a perfect fit for the Boston Bruins. According to DeRosa, the Sharks are reportedly open to moving Ferraro for the right price. It's not surprising that he's entering the summer as a prime trade candidate, as he's generated a ton of interest this past season. In addition, the Sharks are rebuilding and could get an excellent return for the 25-year-old. Ferraro became the Sharks' #1 defenseman this season and put together a solid campaign. In 78 games, he posted 3 goals and a career-high 21 points. He also had an impressive 195 blocks to go along with his 124 hits. Overall, the 6-foot defenseman is known for his shutdown ability and can chip in a bit offensively. The Bruins could use somebody like that right now. While Ferraro plays top pairing minutes for the Sharks, he would work better on the Bruins' second pairing if acquired. In addition, he would become a crucial part of their penalty kill because he is steady defensive play. He also would give the Bruins another proven leader as he is the alternate captain in San Jose. For me, I'm going to be honest and say I don't know much about Ferraro. And yes, the Bruins will need to replace Forbort and Grzelcyk, but I would see Ferraro more of a bottom pair defenseman, given the Bruins already have one of the best top 4 going into next season. McAvoy, Lindholm, Carlo, and now Lowry. A plus with Ferraro is he is signed until the end of 2025-26 season with only a $3.25 million cap hit. Elliot Freeman just said on 32 Thoughts, the haul for this guy is going to be huge, and San Jose is going to be looking for a lot here. And honestly, they'd probably be asking for Mason Lowry in return. So for me, I say this doesn't make any sense. Heck, the Chychrun thing that I talked about before makes way more sense. Our last story is Amazon has announced a partnership with the NHL that this fall they will release a documentary series that gives you a behind-the-scene look of NHL players. The series will star Connor McDavid, Matthew Tkachuk, Jacob Trouba, Leon Draisaitl, David Pastrnak, Jeremy Swayman, Quinn Hughes, Jack Eichel, William Nylander, Philip Forsberg, and Gabriel Landeskog. The trailer for it is fun to watch, and I will leave the link down below because it does show Pastrnak and what he's going through during the playoffs first round against Toronto Maple Leafs. I would show it here, but I'm guessing Amazon would hit me with a copyright strike. It's also a snippet of them following William Nylander as well during that period, showing him having to watch his team lose to the Bruins in the first round. It should make for some entertaining content, and I can't wait to see it. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in watching it this fall. And thank you for watching. If you want to stay up to date on the latest surrounding Boston Bruins, please leave me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.